Okay, now we'll just complete the next part of the project. So this one here is to check. So after the students chooses all the courses, then you go to the next window where you're going to show the students their courses they selected and has the options of edit or confirm. And then if it's confirmed, then you have to you need to write it into and into a file, and then you can ask them to restart or quit. Restart means you go to the first window again, and because of that, because at the end I need to go to the first window again. What I did the start. I've took all the first window, the widgets from the first window, and instead of to be in the initiate definition of the class course interface, I've made it into function, because then when the user press restart, I can call these functions, and these functions will start again, build the first window again. Also, I did the error checking in here. So I'm just going to run it and show you what I've done, and then I'll explain each step. So now running it, So running it in here, I'm just going to enter students, Derek, Salahin AI. And now, let's say this is the only error checking that needs to be done in here, because those three, you don't have to check it. We don't have a database to check it against. But this one, because I only want 11, 12, and 13, so I can check it in here. Let's say the user put 10, and then press begin. So it says only input 11, 12, and 13, and it's give you back the same page. Another way also, you have to check if the focus lost in the entry means, let's say the user entered I don't know, 0, whatever, and then goes and trying to fix another one in here. So that's again, it gives you 11, 12, and 13. Now let's say I'll put the right one now, 11, and then that's give me the correct courses. So that's an error checking. How I've done that, I'm just going to show you in here. So what I've done in the entry, that's the entry for the this year level. Okay, now the entry for the year level, I've made it validate focus out. So that means when it's the focus out, when the focus is out of the text box, like from that entry text box, then you need to call this functions here, callback, self.callback. This functions, all it do is taking the entry and is checking it's in the list 11, 12, and 13, and set not valid. Why I've done that? Because there is two options there's two ways you'll have to check. You have to check if the focus out of that entry means the user written a number in that entry level and then went up and maybe fixing the teacher number or whatever. So that also have to be checked. Oh no, you can't leave this text entry because it's wrong. Okay, and also you have to check if the user written the last thing what we did just now, the last thing we've written is the year level, and then we pressed begin. So there is two things, and how I've checked it, the focus out is calling the functions. The pressing the begin, I've created a variable here, a global variable called not valid, and I've made it false first. False mean it's valid. Okay, so I'm assuming it's starting valid first. So I said if it's not valid, mean if it's true. Okay, if the entry is not in 1, 12, and 13, and also the user have not pressed the button begin. Basically, I want you to show this error here, 11, 12, and 13, and otherwise you will have to sell this else self.not valid false. Okay, so that means obviously it is in 11, 12, and 13, so make it valid and go back and continue. The other way, when the user press begin. So if that begin, that means this functions will run. This won't run anymore because you did not lose focus. You've actually clicked a button. So this won't run. So that means in here, I have to do at the beginning of the function, I have to do a little check. I say if the user, similar check in here, it's 11, 12, and 13. So make this true, entry, else go back. You can either rewrite it in here or even better to call this function again, actually. It's even better than rewriting it in here, okay? If it is not, obviously, if this is not true, then I'll do else and return, If the case that you're gonna call this function again, you will have to have another if statement so you can run that one. You'll have to have that one running condition, okay? But it's up to you what to do. Now, so that's the error checking in here. The rest is all the same. I haven't changed anything. So now let's continue on our program. So let's choose. So I've chosen this, 2, 3, 4. I'm not checking the rest because I've already did that to you. We've checked in the previous video, so all working. 5. I go next. Now in next, the course you have selected shown below. So that's selected. Now I can go edit courses or confirm. We've already done the edit courses before, so I'm just going to go to confirm. Now, if I press confirm, a functions will say your course is saved successfully. Now, how do I check it's saved successfully? If I go to my file, which is in documents, just go to documents, okay, open. So I've got a text here. Can you see that text button? So it's just edit it now. So if I go open, I've created this earlier, by the way, the text. So I did not create the file in the program. I've only opened it in the program so I can keep adding. So if I go in here and you can see that's my second student. So you can see, sorry, I did not add enter. So that's the second student. So that's the year name. That's the name of the students. That's the year level. That's the choices that you've selected and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's another student. I've actually used Derek twice. I should add a new line at the end of each line. I'll do that later. Okay, so those are the options that I've selected. So how I've done that. So in here, I'll go to the next confirm. So in the next confirm, we've already explained that you need to check, if I say edit courses, you'll go back. Now we want to do confirm courses. So in the confirm courses, first of all, I need to do self.restart equal true. So it's confirmed. And then I need to call a function called save courses in the student class. Remember, we don't deal with the students' courses or information in the interface. So I'll have to call a function in the students class. That function will take the list of the selection. So I'm going to send this list of selection as a parameter. And in that function, we'll save that list in a file. And that is the function. Okay, just going to open the students. So that's the students one. So that's the save courses. So basically, all I did in the save courses, I said try and expect. We have to do a try and expect. So because I'm doing the error validation, so I'm doing a full program in here with all the up to the excellence level. So this one basically just try to open this file to be added on, to add as a file handle. I'm just giving it an alias, and then I've done a file handle to dot write. This is how the format that I wanted to write. So you write this teacher name, the teacher code, and the student names, the student year levels, and between them I want commas, and then dot format. So just the normal text formats. And then I've gone through the courses and I've done file dot selection, do this, and write all the courses between them a comma. Now in here, actually, before I return I need to add that line before I forget. So I'm going to do dot write. I'm just going to add a \n. Okay, that will give me the line. All right, so that means everything right, get a new line, so the next students will be in the next new line. Okay, so that's the function. And then if everything is true, if done, like we tried it open, everything is done properly, then I want you to return true. If it did not done, then I want you to return false. Okay, in here you'll check. If it is not true, then I want you to say, course selected, did not save, try again later. So that's just a simple label. If it is true, then I want you to destroy all the function, and I want you to say destroy all the widgets in that same window. So I'm still using the same window. Destroy all the widgets, and I want you to do show this label and then the 2 buttons. Now, when you do new students, it takes you back to the command, takes you back to the start. Remember when I put all the widgets for the first window, for the welcoming frame. I've done it all in here just to return, give me the restart or quit, basically just destroy. Okay, so that's all I did. I'm just gonna run it again so we can check the new line together. Okay, don't know why I've done this. Okay, so we're gonna run it again just to double check the new line. So this feature here that I've added, just want to show you that this is the one that I want to check. So that's the new line. It's a single quotation, not double quotation. It didn't work on the double quotation because it's resumed as a text. Okay, so I'm gonna run it so we can check all the things. So we're gonna use Leah. We'll just use another one, PR, and year 12, and Math 1, Physics 2, Bio 2, Chemistry 2, and Computer Science Level 2. And now if I say confirm, should give me that. I did not quit yet. I just want to check first, and then I will do not quit, because quit quite easy, it's quitting, but I just want to show you the restart. So if I go here, you can see now the new students has been printed in a new line. So it looks nice and tidy. This bit I've added manually. Okay, so you don't even need to have it. I've added it manually just to like a heading. Okay. Now if I do new students, you can see it's giving me back to the same thing, and I can repeat the same thing again. So that's the whole project. I haven't done any beauty stuff, so you can do a colored background, you can do a colored buttons. Would be nice if the buttons reflect the real colors, like, green for, I don't know, for confirm, for example, edit, I don't know, yellow, quit to be red, those type of things will be really nice if you can follow the conventions. Okay, thank you.